Yeah, and this brings up a really interesting point to Michael, because as a CEO, as an American company, you are being pressured to hire from all corners of the country. But at the same time, you're also being pressured to grow, and we're seeing most of these expenses coming from hiring. So how do you balance that?
Yeah, it's not easy, obviously, as we can tell, but it is a very good balancing act. I mean, I think you have to have very good forecasting tools, and you have to really be aware of what's happening within your client base and where your growth opportunities lie. And if you're planning appropriately and being able to adjust on the fly as quickly as possible, you can accomplish both goals. But I think at the end of the day, there is significant pressure to drive bottom line first and to maintain where you are. And then hopefully what you're trying to do is then reinvest that in to grow the top line. And part of that reinvestment is, of course, in hiring practices. And you're matching that with where the market is in terms of where new customers and new clients come into an organization.
And also balancing keeping your employees happy with that raise that Google
Exactly. And I was going to ask Bill the same question as we talked about part of the cost increase was a 10% raise across the board for the organization. Any idea what predicated that and what drove that in terms of competitive issues, et cetera, or employees jumping ship?
Oh, I think, yeah, there are competitive issues, and I think this is one area of inflation that we are seeing, particularly in the tech employee space. There are, right where, in Google's backyard, there are companies, particularly the social networking ones, which are hiring, and if you want the talent, you've got to pay up for it. And we are not seeing that level of inflation in a lot of other parts of a lot of other people's business, commodities, of course, but, people may be surprised that there are places, and this is one, where employee salaries are being inflated.
Yeah, they also get paid with their nice dry cleaning services and their gourmet kitchens as well. So I'm not feeling too bad for them these days. Bill Barker, great to see you this morning, senior analyst at Motley Fool Asset Management. Michael Nark sticks around as our guest host for the hour. He's the CEO of Prenova, and he knows a thing or two about our next segment, the greening of one of America's most well-known landmarks. We'll discuss the drive to cut energy at the Empire State Building and other skyscrapers across the country and around the world with one of the people leading the charge. You're watching Worldwide Exchange on CNBC, first in business worldwide.